everyone's so concerned, I will gladly make copies of these notes.
I'm not really sure. I'm
This is
not really concerned, I just think we should go ahead and approve this.
So, yeah,
Trustees Ovick.
it's a separate, I think it's a board development.
But we have a right to give input into our human resource manual. And at any time I want to, I have a right to give input, at any time. So I don't understand why I took hours to do this on my own time.
Yeah, my point doesn't go to any board member's right or duty to get involved at whatever level one chooses to get involved. My issue is I don't want to be crafting in a board job descriptions. I actually, as an individual, don't want to craft job descriptions. I've done many ones. I don't think I need to do that as a village trustee. I also do not want to approve a job description, but have a motion where I'm approving hiring somebody for a job with unknown job description. I hear what you're saying, and I trust that those changes are non-substantive. I guess I don't want to go through them, but I want to see them. So what I would suggest then is perhaps withdrawing the motion and simply have us approve posting of these jobs.
Right, that's what I suggested.
Simply posting of the jobs.
It's not just, it's authorization to hire.
Posting of the job and authorized to hire I roll it all into one motion, all the positions with the stated salary changes.
Can we separate the salary changes just because
Sure.
I want to vote no?
We
and
might want to keep it in
And
too.
then secondly, to ask that, that any board members that have suggestions or changes, comes back to us as trustee Amenta, the way we normally do things.
I don't want the salary changes in.
It's a public document that was in the board packet for the board to review. And if I had some minor edits and I turned them in, why go through that whole process again? So I understand if you wanted to see them, he's not adopting any of them. He put in front of you what we're adopting. He didn't change, he did not take what you have in front of you, what we're adopting. All I'm saying is if he chooses as a staff member to make some crossing out of some S's, then the staff has every right to do that. And any of us have any right at any day to submit, say, oh, by the way, this is wrong. And it's a job description.
What's your solution?
I just want to move on it, if I may. So I just need, if maybe trustee McCaig, if you would entertain like a friendly amendment to your motion, just to authorize staff to hire a new planning and development director. I've gotten the insight I need.
What about salary range?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay, I promise. So I just need,
I make a motion
because, thank you.
to authorization to hire a new planning and development.
Second.
Okay, might as well put all three of them in here.
Well,
Oh, wait.
They're different, there are changes in the other two.
yeah, the other two are more complicated.
Okay.
And right now, because we haven't amended the human resource manual yet, like, this is at the old salary range. That doesn't change until we take care of that.
Okay.
So if you're worried about the salary, we'll get to that.
All right,
This is just for the position itself.
so,
I make a motion to authorize the hiring of a new planning and development director.
Second.
discussion.
Okay, wait a second. We had a motion on the floor.
She made a friendly amendment.
That wasn't an amendment, that's a new motion actually, so,
All right.
I mean, officially, we should withdraw the old motion.
I have it withdrawn, is that?
Was it withdrawn? Okay.
Okay.
I have a question about timing of this. So, if I'm assuming our new village manager who starts November 6th, correct, is going to be actually interviewing and making this hire, correct?
Yes.
It's in the memo.
Okay, so what is can you just go through what the anticipated, like when it will be advertised, when you
Yes, I can definitely
when
do
you'll
that.
get applications?
Advertised mid-September.
Okay,
Will be posted, typically we post these for 3 to 4 weeks. So that will take you into about the first week of October. We will set up first round interviews mid-October, second round interviews the first or second week of November. Hopefully that we can get someone to start the first or second week of December.
Okay, so first round interviews will be before our new village manager.
Yes, and she has already committed to me that she would come up for that day to do the
Oh,
interviews.
so she'll participate?
Correct.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yes. Good question.
Okay, any other comments? Questions? We have a motion?
Just,
Wait a
haven't
second.
we in the past, on the, memory is the recent move on village manager, didn't we at the time, we approved the hiring of manager, didn't we approve right together the salary?
Yes.
We're doing this.
It's a
I know we're doing it
So we have to
separately.
do it differently because we're doing, if we were doing one position tonight, absolutely. I have to do 5 different positions here that are changing. And
And
then,
only 3 that were
and
hired.
only 3 are
Okay.
changing salaries in that, so that's why I have to do it in a separate. Trust me, I've thought about it, this is the only way I can do it, unfortunately, I promise.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
And now we go to the next one.
Village clerk. With village clerk, currently it's clerk treasurer. After talking with finance, the treasurer duties better align with the finance department. Mark has been doing a number of the treasurer responsibilities to begin with. So that change better aligns with our skill set from a staff level. So this would be authorizing the staff to hire a village clerk. In addition, village clerk treasurer in the past has always been a department of one. We feel it would be a better alignment to merge the clerk department with the customer service department, which Diane has been supportive of. A lot of the clerk treasurer functionalities has a very customer service mind to it anyways, so I think that would make sense. So with this motion, it would be hiring or starting the process to hire a new village clerk, assigning the treasurer responsibilities to the finance director, and then consolidating the clerk department with the customer service department. So in future documents, including the upcoming budget, you will see those become one department. Because of the duties of the salary range or for the village clerk, they are losing the treasurer responsibilities, but are overseeing a larger department. So we are proposing to reduce the salary range by about 6 or 10 grand. And that is in line with, better in line with kind of what some average clerks our size of municipality do make.
Can we make a motion?
I move to authorize staff to hire a new village clerk, assign the treasurer responsibilities to the finance director, and consolidate the clerk department and the customer service department to become one department to be known as the clerk and customer service department.
Second.
Discussion? Yes?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're expanding how much they oversee, is one of the reasons we're not cutting the whole clerk, the whole treasurer. We cut for the treasurer's duties being transferred, and then we expanded their management or supervision. Can you outline for me who they supervise?
They will supervise Diane's position. Diane will still supervise the 2 customer service associates.
And before the clerk's position, before this change?
Didn't supervise anyone.
So one person, and how much do we add back for that supervision?
Well, I didn't set up a plus and minus formula, so, I mean, in the treasurer responsibilities, it was about one, it really was 1.8, 1.9 of the job. I mean, the predominant of the responsibilities that Tanya did as the clerk treasurer was more on the clerk side.
Right. I just wondered, because you reduced it by a certain amount for transferring the duties, and then you added back some. I just didn't know what that formula is.
Yeah, I just created, I mean, how I came up with the salary is about what comparable village clerks without the treasurer title.
And then my only other question was, the duties went, and I know we talked about this, but the duties went to finance, and we'll see in future, in the next few positions, that when the duty transfers, they get that bump, they get a certain bump in salary for taking those on. So Tyler mentioned when I asked, that he's already kind of doing them.
Mark, the finance guy.
Yeah, so it just seems, because we're.
Not doing all, but he was the deputy treasurer before we're making this change. So as a deputy treasurer, he still performed some treasurer type duties.
I just think that we need a corresponding $3,000, increase for taking that as a position, not the person, but if we're going to recruit a new finance director, now it's the finance director / treasurer. I mean, so you are taking on, that was the reason why we gave a little bit higher for the clerk in the first place when we combined those two. And because we are combining two positions into one for the future, by doing this action, I feel like that position might warrant a little bit of extra.
Yeah, so when we get to the HR manual amendment,
Sure.
if you, or manual, if you want to amend his salary range by
If
$3
she
grand,
wants to recommend.
yeah, you can certainly do that. That won't impact this motion at this time, though.
Weren't the treasurer duties pulled out finance director not that many years ago? I think they were.
You transferred to the
Then
time.
transferred. to
Yeah,
clerk.
part of that was a
They're
recruiter.
kind of shared, when I get to the tax bill.
There's history in who
Yeah.
the players were at the time,
Yeah.
which fits in a lot with positions, yes.
The only question I had about it was by adding more responsibilities and duties to finance, and because we have a very small finance department, are we in danger of getting into any audit issues in terms of not having sufficient separation of duties?
Mark did not seem concerned about that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor of the motion stated, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Now we move on to.
Court clerk. Okay, so, history of this, about a year ago, we had an employee in an executive assistant position resign. In the interim, Chief Peter Nimmer asked Debbie, who was the court clerk and currently is the court clerk, to also fulfill the executive assistant duties. She was doing both jobs for quite some time. As they move to the new building, the chief is wanting to create a new job for her that would pretty much be the executive assistant position that has always still remained as a part of the budget. In this job, additional job responsibilities would be supervising the public safety clerks and the community service officers, as well as overseeing the evidence room. So this would be a new position that we would refer to as the Administrative Services Manager position. I say at one place director of the position. It's not director, it's manager, Administrative Services Manager position. So that stays as one FTE. We then propose shrinking or reducing the court clerk position from 1 FTE to 0.75 FTEs. Talking with Debbie and the municipal judge, who, by the way, is supportive of this plan, we determined that moving forward 30 hours would be adequate for this position. And then the only other change that you should be aware about is that we would have this person work in Village Hall instead of the police department. It's a good practice to separate the court clerk from the police department as much as you can. And especially a physical move would be a good thing for us to do. So that is the last thing that we would propose. All in all, this would be a savings for these two changes.
Great, I move to authorize the staff to hire a new court clerk and adopt the new administrative services director.
Manager, if we
Manager.
could say manager.
It says director, but,
Yeah, I know, that was my mistake.
well, we're not adopting job descriptions, right? So.
Yeah, well, this
we're not hiring
position, we would want more of an endorsement from or a commitment from the board as far as changing the executive assistant position in the police department to the administrative services manager. So
Okay,
that's the action I would need.
so the language would be, I would move to authorize staff to hire a new court clerk and direct staff to move forward with the creation of the administrative services manager
I think that would work.
position.
You okay with that? Yeah, that's good.
Second.
Discussion? Trustee Rozick?
Who does the evidence room now and the supervision of these? Because the chief states that, you know, this is new.
Evidence room is done by the detectives, which isn't probably the best practice. We would rather have them, instead of worrying about paperwork and not worrying about the caseload, so this would take a lot of the paperwork off their load and give it to the administrative services manager.
And they would be.
As far as the supervision,